People have often asked me, was I scared in the streets? In other words, when I was homeless, was I afraid or fearful when I was faced with violent confrontation? There's two answers to that question, and those answers are yes and no. Yes, I was scared when I was facing violence in the streets. I'm human like anybody else, and when I think I'm about to get hurt, I get that feeling, that jittery feeling, that acid in the pit of my stomach, just like everybody else does. But at the same time, no, I wasn't scared because I knew that I didn't really even have the option to be scared. So, I mean, there is no option when you're homeless, right? It's not like being in a gang. If somebody's determined to do violence against you, whether it's one person or four people, there's no backing out of it. You know what I mean? You can't run away because you generally have a big duffel bag with you. Who are you going to outrun with that big duffel bag? And another thing is, those guys, if they really want to mess with you, they're probably going to see you again anyway. So you may as well man up and just fight and do what you can. Um, I'm not a guy that looks for trouble, but I wasn't a guy who was going to be pushed around either. Let me explain it to you guys like this. Everybody has two sides when it comes to violence. We have that side of ourselves that's fearful. That's the side that I was just talking about. That side when we're about to get hurt, or when we think we're about to get hurt, or when we think we could get hurt by another person. Part of it, the inside of us, starts shaking a little bit. You feel that acid, that sick feeling in your stomach that I was just talking about. You want to cower down, you want to hide, you want to close your eyes and hope this whole situation goes away. Everyone's got that side of themselves. Doesn't matter if you're man or woman, adult or child. That side never really fully leaves you. But everybody's got another side. A side that ain't scared of shit. A side that will stand up to and man up to anybody if you catch him in the right mood. He don't care if it's Mike Tyson. Let me put it to you like this. I'm a big guy. Okay? I'm 6'3", I'm well over 300 pounds. I might be able to go out to the Iowa State campus here, find some little guy who's like 5'6", 5'7", 130 pounds, and I might be able to push him around. He might be afraid. He might not do nothing, right? But let me give you this scenario. What if I'm also a professional burglar, and at night I break into people's homes and steal their stuff, right? And what if I break into that same guy, that little guy who I've been pushing around on campus? What if I break into that same guy's home while he's there sleeping and he's got his wife and his kids in the house? I guarantee you that guy ain't going to be afraid then. He ain't going to be afraid of nothing, and he's going to come right up to me, confront me, and commence to putting as much of a whooping on me as he possibly can. Whatever fear he feels is going to be on the back burner in a split second, and he's going to be all aggression, right? So we all have that side of ourselves that's fearful, weak, cowardly even, but we all have that side of ourselves that can man up to anything. So when you're facing violence as a homeless person in the streets, the idea is just to tap into that side of yourself that isn't afraid of anything, that will stand up to anyone or anything or any fear that they have. And that's basically the secret to surviving violent confrontations as a homeless person. All you have out there is yourself. So fear is not an option. Giving in to fear is not an option. You know, if you're confronted with something, you got to deal with it. So was I scared? Yeah, and a lot of times I was scared because I didn't know what somebody had on them. A lot of times dudes will come up to you acting like they want a fair one, like a fair one-on-one fist fight, but they really want to like stab you, right? So you don't really know what somebody's intentions are. And you don't know if that person has other people around them, right? So if somebody comes up to you calls you homeless bum, starts kind of hitting you in the back of the head, whatever. You get up, you start pushing him back, you start throwing fists. You don't know if he's got three friends hiding in the bushes or behind buildings ready to come out and jump on you. So while you're fighting that one dude, here comes three other dudes that you don't see, and before you know it, you're getting mollywopped. So yeah, there's a lot of things to be afraid of out there. But if you let fear overcome you, it will overwhelm you, and you won't be able to live a peaceful existence either physically or psychologically. So when you're homeless and you're faced with potential violence, you have to stand up to it. There's just no other ways around it. But yeah, I felt fear. I'm human like everybody else, but it's just that I dealt with it and put my fear on the back burner and put my brave face on because I just didn't have any other option. All right, that's all for today.